Hello and welcome back to Movies and Us. I am your host, Marcus.
I'm TJ.
And this is the movie review show that reviews genre movies from the beginning sometimes. And today,
Marcus,
What's up? What's up?
What episode number is it?
Did I say it?
No, you didn't do the correct intro.
That's close enough. This is episode 110.
There you go.
And today we're reviewing the 2015 release of the great, spectacular Ant-Man. Definitely Ant-Man. There's no similarities between the two. This movie came out June 29th, 2015 at the Dolby Theater, but released in the United States July 17th, 2015. It's got a runtime of 117 minutes. That's just under 2 hours. The movie's too long. It's directed by Peyton Reed, whoever the hell that is. You know what? IMDb. Click on Peyton Reed in the movie thing. Peyton Reed. Oh, he did direct Ant-Man and the Wasp, PJ.
Okay.
And he did the Quantum Realm.
Makes sense. He did the first one, too.
They change directors usually. What's the third one called? Quantum Mania. Anything else? Oh, he did Yes Man. It's a Jim Carrey movie. Oh, that's it.
Okay.
Grosse Pointe. Oh wow. Not a great resume of movies on his IMDb. Not saying they're bad, but not great. Anyways, directed by him, Peyton Reed. Screenplay by Edgar Wright, Joe Cornish, Adam McKay, and Paul Rudd. Story by Edgar Wright and Joe Cornish. Produced by Kevin Feige. Starring Paul Rudd as the titular Ant-Man, aka Scott Lang. Okay, I thought it was Pym. What's her name?
Evangeline Lilly.
Who the hell she play? Hope Van Dyne. Corey Stoll as bad guy.
Darren Cross, Yellow Jacket.
Okay. Bobby Cannavale as husband.
Paxton.
Michael Pena as best friend Hispanic.
Luis.
That's it. That's his first name. That's it.
That's all that lists is, yes.
Oh, you're down here. Hold on. Let me go down here then. Tip T.I. Harris as black guy.
Dave.
Anthony Mackie as cool black guy.
Sam Wilson, Falcon.
Wood Harris.
It says Gal, but I'm not sure who that is.
The police officer.
Okay.
Okay. Judy Greer.
It's Maggie.
Yes, as just fill in the blank female character just sitting there.
No, she's
poorly written.
Scott's ex-wife.
Who's got nothing to add to this movie. Abby Ryder Fortson.
As Scott's daughter, Cassie Lang.
Surprisingly good child actor.
Yeah, she was, actually.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. David Dastmalchian.
Sure. Kurt.
Yeah, the Russian. Michael Douglas.
That's Hank Pym.
Oh, yeah, I should have said that. Old Wise Sage. And a slew of other names TJ's going to tackle because I don't feel like doing all that.
Because you're useless.
Fine. Steve Slattery.
No,
John Slattery.
You can't even do it right. You said Steve Slattery.
Because I was looking at his name, I saw the S first. I didn't even think about
his name's John Slattery.
As Haley Atwell, okay?
No, that's John Slattery.
Oh.
Stop. I'm doing it. You suck at this.
See, guys, you do something you don't want to do very poorly, and then makes the other person do it.
John Slattery and Haley Atwell as Howard Stark and Peggy Carter.
Oh, she was Peggy Carter.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's pointless. Oh, he was Howard Stark? That was Howard Stark. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought it would be Howard Stark because it makes sense, but because they keep changing the actor who plays him all the damn time.
Well, no, there's a different actor for old Stark and a different actor for young Stark.
Oh, true. That was old Stark. That's fair, I guess.
Yeah.
Does he show up in the
He's in Iron Man 2, and
he's definitely in that, but is he in Endgame?
Yeah, he's the one where they go back in time and talk to.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Whereas young Stark was in First Soldier and then in the Agent Carter TV show.
Yes.
All right. Anyway,
Greg Turkington. Turkington.
He was the Baskin Robbins manager.
Yeah.
Martin Donovan as Mitchell Carson, who was apparently a former SHIELD agent who worked for Hydra. They say Hydra, but they don't say any of that. But we have a YouTuber named Anna Akana who portrays, I think, the woman.
Oh.
At the end of the last of Luis's stories.
She's pretty as hell, too.
We got Garrett Morris as... Apparently he portrayed Ant-Man in the Saturday Night Live sketch in the 70s, appears as a taxi driver. I don't know why we needed all that information, but we did. Stan Lee, who makes a cameo but has no lines in this one, because Luis uses his lines, so he just mouths his lines. We also had Chris Evans and Sebastian Stan. Do you know who they are?
Chris Evans as no. I had never heard of Chris Evans. Sebastian Stan sounds like a mall place I would go to.
Yep, correct. It says we have Hallie Lovett makes a non-speaking cameo as the Wasp, but I didn't see her in it.
I don't know who that is.
Janet Van, Michael Douglas's wife. Oh, I guess she was in the flashback.
I was gonna say a flashback or something like very like just quick.
She was in the flashback in the suit, I guess.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yep. She didn't have any lines though, so it's like, and she gets replaced by Michelle Pfeiffer in the next movie. So. And then Tom Kenny, who was the voice of SpongeBob, I think, right?
Yes.
He was the voice of the toy rabbit that Scott gives his daughter.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know why they bothered to. Why didn't they just create a toy for that? Whatever. And Tom Sharplin, I think he sells lottery ticket at a theater apparently, but it was
Who does?
Tom Sharplin.
Tom Sharplin.
But apparently his role was cut from the theatrical release. Oh, he's a comedian.
Yeah, he looks like a comedian because he has that sad vibe look to him.
That's sad.
Oh, well, no wonder. He's from New Jersey. That's why.
It actually looks a little bit like
Buscemi?
Buscemi. Yeah.
From the Animal House one. That's Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi, the one that died? Yeah.
I think it. Yeah, I'm thinking the
not
one that
Buscemi.
died.
Well, that's Buscemi, not Baldwin. Buscemi.
Not Buscemi. Isn't Buscemi the guy from like Boardwalk Empire and Happy Gilmore?
Yes. Oh God, let me look up Animal House. This is upsetting. This is upsetting. I know because I know you're talking about, obviously.
Yeah.
God.
He was
John Belushi.
John Belushi. Yeah, he's
yes.
Dan Aykroyd. What the fuck is it called? Him and Dan Aykroyd, the musical in the 80s.
Oh wow, what?
Blues Brothers.
How did I not get that? I love that movie so much. Yes. I said, this is never the movie to go. You're talking about TJ? Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, yeah, he does look like John Belushi. Oh man. That's funny.
Man, our pop culture references are a little lagging today.
We're getting old, man. We're getting tired, I guess. Who knows?
Anyway, that was the credits. You're running this one.
Oh, you're done the credits?
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess box office?
Sure, if you want to go there, we can do behind the scenes or box office.
Let's do box office, get out the way. The budget for this movie was $130 to $169 million. And this movie produced a whopping $519 million.
A whopping? That's nothing.
I was going to say, because remember, at the box office of 2015, first place made $2 billion.
Just for comparison,
yeah,
this is the second lowest debut for a Marvel movie behind The Incredible Hulk.
I'm not surprised. 2015 top box office was Star Wars with $2 billion, Jurassic World with 1.6, and Fury 7 with 1.5.
Where is this?
And the top 20.
Okay. Why are you going to the top 10 then?
That's just comparison, because remember, $2 billion that year compared to this $500 million, which isn't bad for a first one.
It's fine. I made a profit.
Yeah, so at number 20, we have Home, which made $386
No idea what that is.
It's an animated movie, I believe, about an alien trying to go home. Kind of like E.T., I guess, huh?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, alien on the run from his own people, makes friends with a girl. He tries to help her on her quest, but can be...
So it's a cross between E.T. and Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah. At number 19, with $387 million, we have Monster Hunt.
Like Monster Hunter?
It says a human and monsters have lived in their separate worlds, but after the birth of, I don't want to say that, Wubba, W-U-B-A, the last of the Monster Kings begins the adventure to bring the two races together.
Nope, that's not Monster Hunter. That sounds like a Japanese movie. There.
Yeah, it looks Japanese or Asian, whatever the proper term is for that. It ain't Asian-y.
I mean, it sounds like kaiju, so it's probably Japanese.
Yeah. At number 18.
Which means I would hate it.
The poster looks cool. It doesn't look kaiju-y at all. It looks cool. It looks Asian. It looks Japanese. At 18, with $414 million, we have Kingsman: The Secret Service.
Never saw it.
Solid movie. I never saw sequels, but solid. Number 17, at $440 million, we have Terminator Genisys.
Garbage, right?
Did I see that one? No. So I was done by these movies by that point.
I've never seen anything past the second one, so.
You're not missing out.
And that's because the second one was released in the 80s.
Exactly, and it was the best of the sequels. From what I've heard. I saw the third one. The third one was, yeah. At number 16, San Andreas with $473 million. That's Dwayne The Rock Johnson's movie about San Andreas.
The Fault Line?
Yep.
Okay, that was a disaster movie. I remember trailers for that.
And it was a disaster movie because it didn't do that well. Get it?
I mean, it still made in the top 20, so that's not bad.
Yeah, but Fury 7, which is another Rock movie, was number 3.
Yeah, but that's freaking Fast and the Furious. For those movies are like crack for some reason.
They're amazing.
They're about as depth as the Minions movies.
At number 15, of $474.8 million, we have Hotel Transylvania 2.
Never saw any of them. I heard they're good though.
The first one was okay. It's like, this clearly isn't for me, because I'm too old for this at this point. But they're enjoyable films. At number 14, we have Ant-Man with $519 million.
Never heard of it.
Neither have I. Oh, at number 13, we have at $532 million, The Revenant.
No idea what that is.
Leonardo DiCaprio crawling through snow to get revenge on a man who killed his family. It's a good movie. It's very good. It's a one-time watch, though. I think it won Best Picture. If not, it was definitely nominated for Best Picture that year.
The only thing I know about Revenants is from D&D.
It's the same thing. No, it's not the same thing at all, actually. Not in the slightest. But yeah, it's a good movie. At number 12, I guess this is a retelling, huh? Let's see. Yep, live action remake, Cinderella. Made $542 million.
I'm surprised that's only at 12.
Yeah, that's
honestly,
really bad. But also, like I said, the top 5 were just monster houses of fucking movies. But wow, they're really bad. I'm surprised they did that bad and they still kept churning this shit out.
Yeah, but that was like, what, the 10th one by this time?
There's too many. But it's sad because it did worse than number 11, 50 Shades of Grey, with $569 million.
Those fucking things were... Wait, that's the first one?
50 Shades of... That is the first one, yeah. Grey. I hate that I know this.
That was in 20... That was that recent?
Because it was right after Twilight series ended.
Oh,
as you remember, from what I've heard, she was like a fan fiction kind of person. And this was kind of shitty fan fiction of that.
I know the story.
Yeah, so 50 Shades of Grey was first, and then is it Black after that? I don't.
It's 50 Shades of something. It's called.
Yeah.
Or something. Wow, I forgot. It was. I put those things out of my mind.
Yeah. And again, I did so low on the list. Well, I guess if they made it for cheap, so it's like, okay, I made this much money back. Let's make another one. So that's insane.
I mean, still made the top 20 of the box office.
It beat out a Marvel movie, so like, we're doing something right, I guess. And at number 10, The Martian, with $630 million.
Is that the one
with Matt Damon?
He's on Mars?
Yes, he gets left on Mars and he's got to survive.
I never saw it, but I heard that it was a big thing at the time.
Yeah, I don't recall who won Best Picture, but I know that was nominated. Revenant was nominated. Mad Max Fury Road was nominated.
Revenant is... What's the movie with the bear?
That's the one with Bear attacks Leonardo DiCaprio, yes.
Oh, that is Revenant. Okay.
Yes. I think that won Best Picture. I do not recall. Ooh, this up quick.
I do remember the bear, but I never saw the movie. I just remember the trailers.
It's a good movie.
That was the other thing that was like all over the place. The giant bear was all over an advertisement.
You know who won Best Picture?
Someone you're going to be angry about.
Not at all. I just can't see it on this list. I got to find out where it's at now. We're in 2015, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's called Birdman. I don't know if you know what it is. It's the Michael Keaton movie.
No idea.
It's supposed to be good, but it's not on this list. I don't know where to place that. Not a big deal, but that won Best Picture that year.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. I was just curious. Yeah. Anywho, that's the box office. That is the credits. Let's get some behind the scenes stuff going, TJ. You got anything for behind the scenes?
I mean, this movie, the Ant-Man movie was in development since the 80s.
The 80s? Holy shit.
Yeah, they wanted to make it because of the success of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, okay.
So,
which makes sense.
But obviously, it kept getting put on hold, and then they finally found someone to do it. They got Edgar Wright to do it in 2003.
Wow! And when did the first one come out? When did the first Marvel movie come out? Not counting the Hulk.
2008.
Oh wow! Jesus.
So yeah, they did like 5 versions of the script, and by the time they got the green light from Marvel to do it, they kind of had to revise the script again to fit into the MCU.
Oh, okay.
But then eventually Edgar Wright left the project because he was supposed to direct and stuff.
Yeah, but like that one was like, I remember at the time, so many people came on and off the script to write and direct it. And yeah, I think because creative differences, Marvel and Disney had, we're going to do this formula whether you like it or not. I know we're getting,
right.
I know we're hiring different directors but fit our standards. I'm like, no, it's like
Well,
that kind of thing.
It wasn't kind of that. I mean, there was a tone. I think there was a tone difference because, from what I understand, the people who took over, which is Paul Rudd, ironically enough, who stars in it, they changed a lot of things, but they kept the story intact.
Yeah.
So, like, the story's intact. It's just, I guess it was the style. It was like, Edgar Wright did say they wanted him to do an Ant-Man movie, but they didn't want to do an Edgar Wright movie.
Exactly.
So, if you don't know who Edgar Wright is,
Shaun of the Dead, World's End, Hot Fuzz,
right?
A little TV show, I forget, it was really good. Yeah, it's pretty much, he's got a style, a visual style, Baby Driver. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, but that's it really. There's nothing really more behind the scenes.
No.
The only really other interesting thing is Joseph Gordon-Levitt was in consideration for the lead role.
Oh, thank God it wasn't him.
So
I like him a lot, don't get me wrong, but I just could not imagine him as
it was between him and Paul Rudd.
God, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it?
Yeah, I mean, I can go into things and stuff, but
I don't care enough.
Apparently Edgar Wright was a fan of Ant-Man, owning like the two, like these Tales of Astonishing number 27, which was Hank Pym's, I believe, debut.
Okay.
And in Marvel Premiere number 47, which was Scott Lang's first appearance. So,
wow.
So apparently he was a big fan. But yeah.
Okay. Anything else behind the scenes wise?
Yeah, we got some awards.
Okay.
Let's see here. Scroll back down. It won the Georgia Film Critics Association Award for, I don't know what this means, Oglethorpe? The Oglethorpe Award for Excellence in Georgia Cinema.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. Is Oglethorpe a person?
I would assume so, and I guess they filmed some of it in Georgia, and it was like probably like one of the better things filmed in Georgia at that time. So like, let's give this an award. And okay, the Georgia Film Critics Association, GAFCA, is an organization of professional film critics from the U.S. state of Georgia. And oh God, I hate this. Inclusion is open to film critics throughout the entire state of Georgia, although the majority of members are concentrated in the Metro Atlantic area.
Okay. It also won the Saturn Award for Best Comic to Film Motion Picture, which I can't imagine was many.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. So what else came out that year? Comic the film. Oh, no, though. I just said one of the top in the box office, right? It was Kingsman. It's based off a graphic novel comic, I think, right? Or based off of something. Yeah, I could have sworn. Maybe not, but I could have sworn it was based off of some kind of like written material.
Not that I know of. I just thought it was James Bond ripped off.
That too, which I thought was, Fantastic Four came out that year as well. What else? We watched a few movies this year that came out. What else came out this year? Avengers, Age of... Come on, so this movie won over...
as far as comics go?
Yeah, so this won over Avengers Age of Ultron. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, apparently.
And, really?
And, let's see here.
All the animated ones we watched?
I don't think those count, though.
No, so just as Age of Ultron.
I mean, come on. You're right, Marcus. How could it beat Fantastic Four?
No, that would make sense, but Age of Ultron, like, come on. Come on.
And I guess it was just between Age of Ultron and Fantastic Four and this, because there was no DC movies, live action wise.
That's some bullshit.
It won, Marcus. Deal with it.
Bullshit. Anyways, anything else?
No, let's get.
Okay, well, that's the box office. That's behind the scenes. Next up is trailers.
Oh, right. It's me too.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. I got a trailer for Age of Ultron.
Pretty good movie, I think I called it, right?
Yeah, I think we liked it. We argued a lot about it, though.
Yeah, but in a good way.
Got Agent Carter again.
Haven't seen it.
Ultimate Spider-Man versus the Sinister Six.
Ooh, animated.
Animated cartoon series. And then Avengers. What's that word say?
I can't read your handwriting, nor I don't know what you're talking about. Assemble?
No.
Avengers, Altercation, Assimilation.
It has something to do with Ultron.
Ultron Returns, Ultron Beckons.
No, I can't see what that word says.
They can Google it.
Something Ultron. Avengers Ultron something. Jesus. And then I got another thing for this Playmation thing with the Avengers.
Okay.
No, I still have no idea what it is.
Of course not.
So, yeah, anyway.
Is that for box office?
Yeah.
Not box office. Is that for...
That's what's for trailers.
Okay, let's talk about the fantastic, but wonderful Ant-Man. So yeah, as I joked earlier, this is pretty much just an Iron Man diet. That's all this movie is. This movie starts with...
Yeah, well, that's a little harsh.
Is it though, TJ?
It is. Iron Man's got different powers.
No, but I'm saying premise and setup and, man who makes a suit that's too powerful for everyone to have, so I'll make it myself and keep it in hiding. Bad guy wants it, makes it his own, gets a copy of it, does his fights, and he dies of that. Like, it's the same thing. It's just a little different patterns. The main hero is witty, but not as charismatic as Iron Man / Tony Stark / Robert Downey Jr. This movie.
Except he can shrink.
Oh, cool. Which would have been fine. Okay. Which would have been fine. Obviously, I'm indifferent to this movie. I came in. What's up?
I was like, I'm just disagreeing with you because Iron Man, sure, the formula is the same, but it's got a distinct difference in style.
It's more fun. Not
it's
even
fun.
It's realism's better. It's just there's a lot going on in a positive sense for Iron Man over this movie, in my opinion.
It's not just that. What I mean is, like, Iron Man is more of a.
I'm talking about just Iron Man 1 right now. I'm not saying the whole series.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, he's just like blasting things with lasers essentially and flying. Whereas this one, you're seeing things from different perspectives, essentially. So, like, even the style of how things are done is different. You know what I'm saying?
Which is fine.
It feels like a different movie, even though the premise is the same. Because if you say that's about Ant-Man, right?
Yeah.
You kind of have to say the same thing about Black Panther.
No, yeah, and I'm going to. Trust me.
So
yeah. But I'm just saying, and I'm not comparing powers. I'm just saying it's literally the same premise as Iron Man. It's like guy with a company has a technical ingenious thing happen. Like, oh, it's too powerful for everybody else. Literally the same thing of like you said, Black Panther. It's like, wow, they did not change a fucking beat.
Well, like.
And the bad guy is so underdeveloped in this movie. It's like, Jesus, I don't even care about this guy. It's like, I just want to have this thing and just sell it to the military.
I would argue that's not even an Iron Man trope as much as it's just like,
bad Marvel writing at that point.
Not even Marvel, just origin story tropes. Because origin stories...
Well, okay, but at least Killmonger had a better origin. Like, he was like, okay, this villain's actually caring.
I'm talking about the heroes himself. What I'm saying is, like... Every origin story starts off the same. Bad guy comes into his powers or abilities or whatever it is, fights a similar version of himself, and then it all ends happily ever after.
Not happily after always, but yes. But this one's just like millionaire, billionaire tech, and like it's just the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, obviously there's similarities. I mean, he not actually with Scott Lang though. Scott Lang didn't create a suit at all.
Well, yeah, I know, but still a power suit. He has it. He takes it in hiding, so no one else can have it. And the bad guy in this movie wants a copy of that thing, so he either buys it or makes it or does something to make its own version of it. And they have a big power suit fight at the end.
I've
seen this movie so many. I haven't seen this movie, but I've seen that movie so many times. Like, I'm uninterested.
The tropes are the same, but like I'm just trying to say it's differentiated enough that it doesn't feel like an Iron Man ripoff. It just feels like any other movie.
But that's the thing. It's just this feels like any other movie because even the tropes in this movie are so. This movie doesn't have its own thing. Like, yeah, he shrinks, but like I feel they don't utilize it enough to make it visually appealing or like, oh, cool. Or it's more for laughs. It's not for like, oh, that was really interesting. How
I don't know. When he's small, the visuals and stuff are fine.
Yeah, but they're just
it does make it feel different.
Yeah, but it's boring, different. And I've had I've saw this movie once or twice for my life for this reviewing, and I felt the same way on my first viewing. Like, this is a movie. And I remember it being overhyped, and I was like, okay. I came in, and it's a fine movie. I don't hate this, but I think it's
okay. It's okay movie for an Ant-Man movie, you know.
But like, you think they'd be doing more fun things with I can shrink. I could do like.
Well, I think they do more in the second one.
Yeah, the second one. I don't know. This was like, and then like, okay, not even like the halt on the action that much. The action is okay in this movie, but then the main character is like, I don't care about you. I don't care about the main bad guy. Hank is like, okay.
I think Scott's a sympathetic character.
Yes, but there's things I don't care for about him, in the sense of like, oh, he's the best thief ever. It's like, he's not doing great thieving right now.
And didn't say he's the best thief ever. He just said.
Well, it's why Hank Pym picks him in a convoluted way. It's like, come on.
He picks him because of the moral code that he has behind his thievery.
A moral code behind his thievery. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he went to jail because the company he was working for was stealing from its customers, so he broke in, hacked their system, and gave all the money back.
Why do you need him though?
Well, he tested him to see if he could break into his vault.
But why do you still need this guy? Like, why? Like, his daughter's right there, and she's perfectly fine to use her as the
because he doesn't. Scott says Scott's expendable, and he doesn't want her taking a chance of going subatomic herself. That's why he won't let her.
But there's literally other options besides this guy to pick from. Like, I don't know. I'm just not sold on Scott.
Like who?
No one that we see because they make us focus on Scott because he's the main character.
Like, he needed a thief. This guy's a thief.
Well, why do you need a thief for?
To steal the thing, because otherwise he doesn't want this technology to fall into people's hands. But the bad guy in this is not doing anything illegal.
No, he's not.
So if you think this is gonna be a bad thing to happen, and it will be a terrible thing, it'd probably be an absolutely terrible thing, but it's not illegal to do so. What do? You need a thief.
Do you though? That's what the movie says. You need a thief, but I don't know. The Avengers exist.
Or,
like, hey, Avengers, you guys. I know you guys go through certain people and shit. You guys are like,
yeah, but that also comes back to the flaws of Hank Pym. Hank Pym didn't trust Tony Stark's dad, and he thinks Tony Stark is nothing more than his dad. And why would he trust anybody that is affiliated with him when he's had nothing but bad experiences with them?
And I get that. I definitely get that. But I was just like, why? Like, okay, the thief you're hiring is like still a thief. Yeah, he's got a quote unquote moral code, but it's just like, really, that's all you took? Like, it's not enough.
Well, that's why they train him.
But like, why not train your daughter? Like, I get your wife was lost because you're bullshit. You go keep secrets because you gotta keep secrets because movies gotta get movie. But it's just like
this whole movie is Hank Pym is not really is at fault for a lot of things because he does things the wrong way.
Yes.
That is this movie. That's what it is. That's why he chooses Scott. That's why he does this. That's why he doesn't trust his daughter.
But then why not train someone else though? That's not his family.
Why not? Why train someone else though when he needs a thief?
Because this whole time he could have picked someone else. Scott was in prison for X amount of years, and he's been doing this for so many years, Hank. Right? So why not? Okay, I don't want my daughter doing it because she's my family, so I just hire someone else.
Because they weren't close. He wasn't worried about it at the time. He was up in.
He was worried. He left the job. He left his job because of it.
Yeah, but he wasn't close. The bad guy wasn't close to.
Yeah, so
figuring things out.
But like, just in case the bad guy gets close, because I figured it out, so someone else might figure it out. Let me be precautious about this shit and train somebody.
That's the thing. Hank Pym is an arrogant egotist and didn't think anyone else would figure it out. That's why he figured if he put it away and hiding, no one would ever figure it out.
Yeah, but I'm gonna still keep my daughter close on it. So like, she taught me they're close now all of a sudden. Like, come on. Like, you think if the daughter has been close to this guy the whole time, right? Working on it. Obviously, this guy's working on it. He's been making improvements over these years of this guy not doing that. How was his daughter?
Yeah, but they also explained that too.
How?
Because they were estranged for a long time, and it wasn't until that the guy got super close to figuring everything out that she's like realizes, oh shit, this is a bad thing. I better go reconcile with my father.
How long ago was that?
It wasn't that long ago.
So long ago not to hire a thief.
And
a prison thief at that. That's all.
They hired a thief,
or they tricked the thief into doing it by.
Well, yeah, but
by telephoning him. Like,
I don't understand. Your issues are stupid.
No,
honestly, the fact that they picked Scott is fine.
He's just not. He's not super qualified for me. That's all. Because every time we see him do some thieving things, he doesn't really do well at them.
Quite the contrary. Every time he stole something, he succeeded.
He stole the suit. Did right that. That's like the one time. What else did he steal?
That's it. That's the only time that we see him.
That's not enough. That's not enough. We see him steal the thing from the Avengers. Thing.
But and he stole the thing from the Avengers successfully.
Yeah, one.
But he's never failed. I don't see where you see he's not qualified. He's never failed.
He's been in jail multiple times. He keeps going to jail.
Well, the second time it was because he was set up.
Yeah, still went to jail though.
So these get caught all the time. Doesn't mean he didn't accomplish his goal.
He still went to jail though.
Still accomplished his goal. He still returned all that money.
Still went to jail.
And that automatically disqualifies him?
I did a crime. I got caught doing the crime. I go to jail. My crime now. That
just makes him more expendable.
Yeah, but doesn't like that's not a good thing.
Hank Pym never claimed to be a hero in any of this.
I'm not looking for a hero. I'm looking for cool, likable characters. These are cool, likable characters.
He was definitely just looking for someone talented enough to do the job, but expendable enough not to get his family or himself hurt in any way. which he found in Scott.
Okay.
And Scott is a fine.
Maybe then it's just the character himself being just blah to me.
I disagree. I thought he was a fine character.
There was nothing. There's nothing like, oh, this is a really interesting character to me.
A struggling.
We've seen this 1,000 times. Like, there's nothing new and refreshing about this movie.
There's nothing new about anything.
Yeah, but at least like make it. I don't know, like deliver it better. That's all.
I didn't have any problems with the delivery of how they were doing it.
I did. And it's like
I just saw a guy who would do anything for his daughter.
I saw. Yeah, like we see it all the time though.
Like, this is nothing bad.
This is nothing new for me. That's all. It's just like this is like okay. It's just a paint by numbers movie, and it's like nothing strong enough to stand out for me. Like this is like worth watching. The characters aren't like, oh, I care about this character or that character, that character, or that character.
I thought
the story is like, okay.
They're sympathetic enough. Yeah, the story's not fantastic, but it's serviceable.
Serviceable, which is boring. This is like, This is a middle of the road movie. Not great, not bad. It's just,
Yeah, but the way you're making it sound, it makes it sound like it's a bad movie.
No, well, it's not. I'm going to TJ's old argument. If it's a 5 out of 10, I mean, it's bad. If it's right in the middle, it makes it bad. If it's because it's forgettable. This is a forgettable fill-in-the-blank movie. It's boring. It's very boring. It's a stepping stone of like, okay, let's just get to the next movie, I guess. It's just, I find nothing enjoyable about this movie. Again, this is not me saying it's a trash movie. It's not trash. It's not. It's visually okay. It's visually like, okay, it's put together well enough. It shouldn't be 2 hours. It should be like an hour 45 at best.
It practically was.
It's an hour 57, man.
Almost 20 minutes.
20 minutes is a big difference.
I didn't feel the time.
I felt it every goddamn step of the way. Anyways, here's the plot. Hank Pym, like I said, hey, I'm an Ant-Man. I don't want the guys to have my suit because I make what's the Pym particle? I make the Pym particle, which makes me shrink and expand in size. Used for military things. This is back in the 80s or 90s, whenever this was done. So I'm gonna take my suit and leave. And you guys voted me off the board. He does that. We cut to Scott. Scott's in prison. He leaves. He's got to get out, find a new job because he's down on his luck. He's got a kid. He's got an ex-wife who's got a new husband now who's a cop. Wow. Got conflict of interest. That's not even fun to watch. It's like, this guy should be fun. Like, oh, he's a cop and this is a criminal. It should be dynamics here. And his wife is like not a character. Like, we should care about them. There should be something here. Again, like I said earlier, the child actor is great. She's adorable and she's like, wow.
I actually disagree with the mother. I agree with you. She's barely like in 2 scenes.
Yeah.
But I got out of the cop. I got it. He doesn't like Scott at first because of the criminal, but he loves that kid too.
Yeah.
And he's trying to protect that kid and adorn.
Continue. I'm sorry. Continue.
And then when Scott comes along and like saves her and proves himself, he turns around.
Yeah.
It's simple storytelling. And sure, but it's still there.
Maybe I wish it was more dramatic then or something. It's just all very subdued, the acting and the characters. It's like
it's not like the cop was like did nothing and stood by.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm definitely not saying that. He definitely did his fair part.
Like, I thought he was fine in the role he was in.
It's just
I actually liked the dynamic, but the family dynamic.
Oh, was it? There was not much hatred towards each other, in my opinion.
Right.
It could have been more dramatic. It could have been more like, oh, this is
kind of.
It's not theatery. It's like this is just a safe, made-for-TV kind of movie. It's like.
I thought the family dynamics were fine. I think the movie would have benefited to having more of it in there, actually.
Maybe, yeah, which would have made it, I guess, more dramatic for me. Yeah, I don't know, because it's this movie, the comedy in this is like really funny to me.
Yeah, no.
It's like there's too much of that, which floats this movie to 2 hours for some reason. So less than the comedy, give me some more character development and dynamics.
I don't think we needed the comedic reliefs. You could have cut them out.
And there's too many of them. Like, why do we need a team of them?
There's too many of them. And you needed to either go all in on the thief angle or cut it out completely. Like, I mean, sure, you could still have Scott as a thief going in and stealing, but they kind of made the third act kind of like a heist movie.
Which is fine, but they could have built it up like that. They could have done an Ocean's 11
exactly.
with it.
But the first 2/3 of this movie wasn't a heist movie.
Exactly.
So they needed those things I agree with you with. They needed to either focus on the heist and cut out the comedy characters or just pick one or the other. I just don't think the rest of it was that bad.
Well, I'm saying it's bad. It's just mediocre. So like them not focusing on the heist or picking a lane for tonal stuff. And then like a lot of the elements of seeing the Ant-Man doing Ant-Man things, when they show the clips of the old school Ant-Man beating up people, is this for laughs? Are they playing it in a serious tone? Like, I feel they should pick this movie either as a satire, fun, comic movie, or just, like, more serious in tone. But it's, like, right in the middle, so it's like, should I be laughing at this point, or should I be like, oh, this is serious?
No, I never took when I showed the Ant-Man as small in those pictures.
It's comical. When you see that little Ant-Man...
I never
machine
took it
gunning
as,
down people. Like that's fun. That should be funny, right? Or
but
like you
I
see,
actually never took it as funny.
I
took
did.
it
Because it's such a like when you sit back and like just analyze what you're watching. I'm watching a miniature ass creature man thing do crazy things. Like it should be funny.
But it's the same thing. It's like I'm watching a guy dressed as a bat fighting a clown.
Yes, but they execute that in a way of such a like this is a dramatic, serious tone.
Yeah, I know, but like
this
I
one
never,
is like
I get what you're saying, but anytime they showed like Hank Pym as the Ant-Man and all those scenes, they were always in serious moments. I always took those as serious moments.
I didn't. That's the thing. Like I didn't take it as serious moments.
Like the bad guys showing the Ant-Man doing why this is important, why this is powerful. So that you're supposed to take it seriously there.
What part?
Where he's the one that's showing the Ant-Man, the bad guys showing the stills of the Ant-Man punching the guys and stuff like that. So you're supposed to show this is showing just how powerful this creation is, and you're supposed to take this seriously.
And then the serious tones from
and then the other moments where they showed the Ant-Man is when Hank Pym and his wife was defusing a bomb and he lost his wife.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to take those moments as serious.
Campy. That's the word I'm looking for. This movie's not campy enough. And I think this movie should have been a campy movie.
Well, I think the movie has campy elements, and I think they should have took them out.
That's the thing. I'm going in this movie wanting campiness because there's some in it, like you said, and there shouldn't be any, or it should be all campy. I think this movie should have been a campy ass. It's Ant-Man.
No, I don't. I disagree because Ant-Man is an actual serious hero.
Yeah.
So just because he's small doesn't mean he has to be a comedic thing.
No, but visually seeing that thing beat up someone is funny. Whether even in a serious moment, just seeing that, like, oh, that's funny.
I don't know.
And then like at the end fight where they're fighting on the train set, and it's like, oh, we cut back and see it fell over because it's not a funny
I think it's a subjective opinion on what's funny because anytime I saw Ant-Man punching somebody, I just think about, wow, that's, he's hitting with the force of a 200-pound man in that form. That's like a bullet hitting you. That's how I took it every time I see it. I didn't see, look at the little man punching a guy.
I got both. I got both. Like that. Yeah, I see scientifically as a small thing hitting a big thing in that impact. Yeah, sure, bullet. But at the same time, it's like this guy just flipped over a thing and no one saw why he flipped over. This is funny. Like, yeah, and then there's ants everywhere. Like, this should be a funny, campy, fun, lighthearted, also serious. Like, it should be more lighthearted and funny and campy with a mixture of serious in it. That's all. And I think it's more serious with a little bit campy in it. What we got, which wasn't fun for me. They got They got campiness in the seriousness. They should have got seriousness in the campiness.
Maybe.
As for that, and that's just for me. Again, it's art, so it's subjective. I get, and like you're saying, what you're saying isn't wrong. I get why you want it the way you want.
Well, not just that it's art. I think the most subjective thing is comedy.
Yes. Well, yeah, comedy's hard to do
because not only is comedy hard to do, comedy's the most diverse in what people find funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm very hard to please in the comedy direction. Like, I don't find some of these things as funny because I look at it analytically.
Yes.
So I'm not seeing the same things you are as, hey, this should be funny. I'm like, I'm taking them as serious moments because I'm also steeped in comic books. You know what I mean? I love comic books. I love these worlds and stuff like this. So I'm not looking at it from a comic. I'm taking these guys seriously in their worlds.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like if you take out the campiness that was here, it would make the movie better.
Even if you're taking it serious in this world, so if you see a video of someone pint-size machine gunning people down, and it's just a machine gun. Funny? It's just like you see a machine gun doing its own thing, and you zoom in and see a little person controlling it. Not one person that was going to chuckle at that. Like, come on. Like,
I'm not saying not one person would. I'm just saying I don't see what's funny about it.
That's weird. That's just weird to me. That's all. That's a funny thing.
I just see like, okay, now that's an assassin right there that can kill anybody.
Yeah, for sure.
He just murdered all these people with a machine gun.
Yeah,
I don't see how that's funny.
Hilarious because it's like a little pint size too. It's adorable. Like,
so why is that funny?
It's not. It's funny because it's like this is so outlandish. And it's like this little thing that's usually a big thing just did a little thing. That's like this is.
I don't think it's that outlandish. Shrink it shrinking technology, honestly,
Very
compared to some of the
outlandish.
other things, compared to Norse gods throwing in magical hammers.
In this realm, it's like equally outlandish as most shit.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
this is not the most ridiculous superpower that we've
No,
seen. I
it's
can
not.
actually see this kind of happening in our world.
Sure.
Like, you don't think someone could come up with shrinking technology?
No, I think it's on par with like teleportation. Like it's so feasibly like impossible, and it's improbable. Let's say that it's like possibility. Sure, it could happen,
I don't think so. Because, I mean, look at how far we've come just the last 30 years.
Oh yeah. So that's why I had to redact a possible set improbable. I guess highly unlikely, but yeah, sure. It's
Right now,
possible.
we're on the verge of freaking sci-fi AI garbage.
Yeah, but like it's not even good AI. It's like bad AI.
Did you ever think we would get to have AI in our time like that?
Never thought about it, but I find AI more practical. I mean, granted, it's happening now, so that makes it more reasonable. But like that makes more sense to me than
Why is it more practical and probable of an artificial intelligence coming to life than someone figuring out how to shrink somebody?
because shrinking is like that's your molecules. Like programming something to do something, sure, whatever. You can do whatever. I can stomach that.
Molecules and
adjusting
genes.
in molecules. Yeah, we broke the atom and shit like that. And made atomic bombs.
Yeah, there's gene therapy and all this other garbage that they do
but to
these
shrink
days.
something inside, like I just can't see that happening. If it does happen, I'll be like, damn, I was wrong. Like, cool. But it's just something I just cannot see. Like, you shrunk the thing and it got back up to normal size.
I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying there's a possibility that someone could figure it out.
Yeah, but it's a possibility for everything. So I'm not, and that's why I said it's like improbable, but still a possibility.
I just think it's more feasible than some other the outlandish things that we see.
I don't know. I think it's on par with
I think it's because this scientifically, I can see someone figuring out how to shrink a molecule, and if you can figure out how to shrink a single molecule, you could figure out how to do it on a larger scale.
I can't see it. I mean, scientifically, yeah, those words make sense, and that could happen, yes. But I just think the side effects and the downsides are just tremendously higher than the positives.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
How many people are actually trying to figure that out?
There's probably, it's definitely a handful. So that's people
probably
trying.
A handful.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a focus either.
No, but there is funding for sure somewhere.
I'm just saying. I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it happen.
Yeah, but definitely not in any of our lifetimes.
You'd think that, but who knows?
Nah, there's no way. And that's something I can guarantee. There's like no way.
Who knows what they'll come up with in the next 20 years?
That's true. Anyways, back to this dumb movie. Where was I at? So Ant-Man has a family.
You're complaining.
Yeah, I'm going to keep complaining. Like, your stepdad's a cop. This is a conflict. I used to be a criminal. No one's ever going to have faith in me because I'm a person now. Anyways, yeah, he's doing his thing, trying to become his thing. He can't find a job, so his friend heard from a friend who 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 got paid by Hank Pym, because that makes sense.
You don't want to talk about the blatant advertisement?
Oh, Baskin Robbins. Yeah, Baskin Robbins. Product placement. Baskin Robbins always finds out. Funny guys, huh? Yeah, Hank Pym pays someone to tell 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 Hank, hey, come steal from this guy. It's telephone. It's a bad version of telephone. Why would it? That's not going to work out. Like, that's just stupid. It's stupid. It's really stupid. And so Hank goes steals from the guy, and he gets sued.
So Hank's going to steal from himself, huh?
You know, Scott stole from Hank. You know what I'm saying? Scott steals from the Hank, gets a suit, shenanigans happens, and becomes Ant-Man and trains. There's a whole training montage in the middle. While that's happening, Hank's daughter Hope is like, "You shouldn't do this because you're a piece of shit. You just have to be here to be here. I should be the one doing it. But my bad dad doesn't trust me." And the main bad guy is doing main bad guy things. He comes in like every 20 minutes or so, just being a bad guy. Like, I'm gonna get the suit at the end of the movie and have a boss fight.
I didn't have as much problems with this movie as you apparently do.
It's just a blah movie. That's all.
You're clearly taking the shit out of this movie.
Because it's not. I can see if it was a fun ride, but it's not even a fun ride. It's like I'm glad I never saw this in theaters. If I saw this in theaters, I'm like, oh my god, when's this movie
I think
over?
the visuals would be good in theaters.
Nah.
Yeah.
Because again, maybe in a CGI snob and movie snob, like even if visuals are like the CGI is like,
I mean, if people would go and if people would go and see Avatar for this garbage visual, just because of its visuals, I can see what people like it.
But Avatar was good, beautifully visually moving.
How is this one not a visual beauty?
It's not. It's just not. It's just lacking. It's dark. It's very dark. A lot of the scenes. and the CGI is just like at best. I'm not saying it's terrible. I'm not saying it's just in the middle of the road. Like, okay, ants. Oh, cool, flying ant. Cool. Oh, he's tiny now. Cool. Oh, like there's nothing like making me like, oh wow. Besides the end when he goes down to the atom size, you see the screensavers on
I'm just
screen.
saying that we've covered a lot of movies like that were just like, oh wow, so there's serviceable movies, but you didn't take as much of a shit out of them as you are doing this one.
Because people hype this movie up, I don't understand. Because it's not a hyped up movie, and it should not be hyped up ever.
That's a fine serviceable movie, but the way you're complaining about it makes it sound like it's the worst movie you've ever seen in your life.
Well, because it came in with this reviewing one to like it. Like, I hope I'm wrong, because I've seen so many movies, so maybe it's better. And it's not. It was just the same blah movie I saw the first time around. Like, this is not good. It's just blah. And then he's got to go. Okay, so then after this training, Ant-Man's got to go steal something from the Avengers campus because you got to get the Avengers cameo in there for the next movies, right? And so he has to fight Falcon to get to a
now
MacGuffin.
Now you're biased.
Yeah, it's for sure because like you gotta get the Avengers in here for some reason. So
that was a cool scene to see him fight Falcon.
It was cute and everything, but it's like cool, sure.
It was wow.
It's because the scene's fine. It's just like what got me angry about seeing the Avengers with a dumb, ham-fisted. Here's a scene from Winter Soldier guy, or was it Civil War? Here's a scene from Civil War guys. Not even like a fun tie-in.
That was the end credits.
I know. So that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. This was like it's cute seeing these two together. It's like it's okay. It's a fun fight.
But like you have to also look at it this way. You didn't know that was a scene from Civil War until
you clearly a scene. Even if I didn't, no, I knew it was a scene from because most of the end sequences you've seen up until here have been like you could tell they're filmed for the movie, whereas that like that's a clip from the movie coming up. You could tell, even not knowing that's the movie. You saw the movie, you could tell that that's a clip from the movie.
It wasn't the only end credit scene, and that was the end credit.
Yeah. The first end credit scene was something we'll get to when we get to it. But yeah, you could tell the difference between that one and that one. You could tell the difference between the two, right?
I guess
you can visually you could like, oh, this one's clearly made for the movie, or teasing the next movie.
But even if you're right, what difference does it make? It tied in.
This scene right here does. Yes.
No.
Yeah. Because it tied in because they had to make this scene happen. That's why they made this scene happen because like we got to tie that love scene in
or
to make this character or something.
Maybe they wrote that movie and they're like, oh, we can put Ant-Man in this movie, so we'll add this. We'll take it from this scene and put it into this movie.
Or maybe this is like we got to fill a movie section up. So let's make Ant-Man a thing. And yeah, this is me being an asshole right now. That's all.
Yeah, you really are for no reason. You're being really harsh on the movie for no reason.
I'm being harsh, trust me. This movie, again, I'll keep saying this movie is just okay. That's all. It's just an okay movie. It's a background movie at best. Anyway, so Ant-Man steals the MacGuffin from the Avengers facility. I don't know. What is it supposed to be?
What? I'm sorry?
What's he steal from the Avengers campus?
It is a transmitter blocker.
Okay.
So that I guess you wanted me to explain what that is.
No, I was criticizing it in my head, but I don't want to verbalize it all. So
it's just so when they go to steal things, in case the alarms and stuff go off, and it won't notify people to come and the cops and everything.
Okay.
It's fine. It's a thief thing, you know.
But they've done it so many times where they distracted the cops or used ants to stop that from happening. I don't know. It just felt wasteful.
Yeah, but if technology company, a well-guarded technology company is being robbed, you don't think they have a direct line to cops and stuff like that?
Cut the things off, right? Cut the cables?
Yeah, cut the cables. They have one cable that connects to everything.
Yeah, sure, probably. I don't know how it works. Yeah, sure, it's fine. Exactly. Get a transmitter, whatever. Make the Avengers happen in the movie, sure. Anyways, he does that. After that, I don't recall. They break into the place with the Ocean's Level type thing with his comedic sidekicks, and they don't stop the bad guy from doing bad guy things. He actually proceeds and makes the thing happen, right? He gets a suit. He gets a suit and attacks Scott's family because he's got to.
I actually just phased out from him.
No, you're good. So they break into the place. They
accomplished their goal.
Yeah, but then the guy takes his suit and attacks Scott's family.
Well, no. The guy's getting away with the suit.
They fight,
but then they fight in the helicopter, and then they get knocked out of the
helicopter in the suitcase.
Helicopter in the suitcase, and then they fight in the backyard of some family's thing, and then he kind of beats Yellow Jacket by hitting him into a bug zapper.
Yes, and then the boyfriend cop guy takes up
and arrests him.
Yeah.
So in order to lure him back to finish him off, because he wants the suit and kill Scott, essentially, he goes to his house because he knows all about it.
Of course he does.
Well, he did.
I know, but it's of course he does. And then there's a fight at the end.
He was at the house He showed up at the house and saw everybody.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, they fight. Scott shrinks down to Atom size, quantum realm-ish level.
yes,
His love for his daughter brings him back. Power of love and family, guys.
No, that's not what happened.
It does. He's passing out. She's like, "Daddy, come back." He's like,
Sure, but
oh, my daughter. Let me change out my stuff. Just come on, it's power of love, man. Power of love, bro.
But if he didn't have that enlarging disc, he wouldn't be able to do it.
But at the same time, if he didn't hear her voice, he wouldn't have woken up. He would have been dead to the realm.
I mean, he would have woken up eventually.
Eventually, maybe not. Who knows? He was passing out. He would have suffocated. We don't know.
He would have passed out
and died. Who knows?
No, we know from the second movie that you
the
survived.
The second one, exactly. Not from the first one, but the second one.
But we know.
So as of the first one rules, he could have died.
And as of Endgame, we also know you can survive.
Well, as the sequels, yes. But in the first one, he could have just been like, "Oh, Ant-Man's dead now." Until Ant-Man 2. Anyways.
But we have to. We've been also looking at these MCU movies as a single entity.
Yes, but I'm saying as a single entity, it's kind of flawed. But as a whole entity, sure, the argument kind of works, I guess. Anyways. Happily Ever After ending credits happen, and the first teaser is Hank shows his daughter, "Hey, we got a suit that's perfectly sized for you. It's the Wasp." He looks at the camera and winks. "We're doing a sequel, guys. Ant-Man and the Wasp."
That
wink,
was their,
nudge, nudge.
That was the end credit scene.
First one, yeah.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was dinner at the end, and he goes and Louis does his thing again.
No.
That's just how the movie ends.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the second end sequence is, what was it again we're talking about? The second end sequence is that's literally the scene from Captain America.
Yeah, the scene that you just complained 20 minutes about.
Yeah, and that's the movie, guys. That's Ant-Man 2015. It's a movie. It's just a movie
that you clearly didn't like.
Didn't love it. Didn't hate it. It's man. Get it? Man.
I thought it was fine.
Yeah, it's just right in the middle. It's like that, which is like, this is how many movies are into the MCU at this point? 3 Iron Man movies, 2 Thors, 2 Avengers. Is that it?
Let's see. Is this better than Iron Man 3?
It's on par with Iron Man 2 and 3. It's like,
is it?
Because Iron Man's villains are the same as Iron Man. It's the same villain. Like, it's just like, okay, same plot right there. So it's like the baseline plot of the main guy and the bad guy being like same and fighting. Then it's like, okay, whatever. We've seen
Iron Man 3 had the Mandarin.
And then the twist was, it's actually Iron Man's guy you created. So is this better than Iron Man 3? Yes. Clearly,
okay. Yes. What about Thor Dark World?
On par with Thor Dark World. I think if I give Thor a 5, if I gave Thor Dark World a 5, because that's what this movie is to me, is a 5. So
you're going on a 5?
Oh, it's easily a 5 out of 10. No more, no less.
I'm a little more generous. I'm gonna go with 6.
Oh wow, which makes sense.
I didn't think it was that bad.
I'm not saying it was bad. It was just
I think it was a fine movie. I think the visuals held up. I like the shrinking technology. I have a few problems. The one thing I didn't get a chance to talk about, because you kind of changed the subject on me, is the romance between Scott and the daughter was out of nowhere.
Like on par for Marvel movies. We got straight male lead. We got straight female lead.
So that was stupid. But
yeah, the characters are badly written in this movie, and not badly written as like, these are terrible characters. It's just weak. Everything's just weak in this movie.
I don't know. I thought Scott was fine, and I think Hank was written pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Marvel movie, so the bad guy's always kind of garbage unless his name's Loki.
Or Killmonger.
At this point in the MCU.
Yeah.
So
which is bad. That's not good though.
No, that's why I got it's a 6 and not like an 8.
No, this would never be an 8.
I don't know. I'm sure there's someone out there that loves this movie.
My mom loves this movie.
Well, there you go.
I just don't get it. I tell her all the time, like, I don't know how you like this movie. I respect it, but like, goddamn, this movie is a movie. But yeah,
I can see how people like it. People like these stories. That's why they keep doing these stories.
Well, even the comic relief is not funny though. So like, I'm just because I'm skipping through the movie right now. Like Louise
again,
and the black guy Dave and then Russian are like, okay, they're there. They're making waffles.
Again, comedy is subjective. What you don't find funny, someone else will.
It's like funny in a sense of like dumb funny.
You have to and people, you wouldn't believe how many people love that kind of comedy.
No, I trust me. I know the amount of sitcoms that exist for a reason. It's like, goddamn, people.
Those people like it. Like I don't get it either, especially like anime comedy.
Yeah. But
people love that comedy, man, and they will find that stuff hilarious. That's your take on it.
I might give this a 4. No, it's not offensive, is it, TJ?
Offensive? What would be offensive about this movie?
That's the thing. The movie's very milk toast. I'm gonna give this a 4. I want to give this a 1 because, like, it's like I'm so offended how like in the middle of the road this is. I'm appalled at like how just safe this is.
You can't say it's in the middle of the road and then give it a 4 because that's not.
I know. It's a 5 out of 10. Clearly, like okay. So as a single movie by itself, I think it's a 5 no matter what. Even as like a stepping stone of a movie that it is, still a 5.
Yeah, I think I'm at a 6 regardless.
Yeah, right. It's, no matter what, it's still the same number. It doesn't change.
I don't think it gets points for its connection to the MCU.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
Because I feel like the MCU stuff was added because it needed to be added.
Which, if anything, makes it lose a point because it's like, oh, we have to add it and make it connected.
Well, I would disagree with that only because they started to make the movie as a standalone Ant-Man film before they even knew the MCU existed, and then. So you kind of like, okay, we got this universe now. Now we have to at least incorporate that into the universe somehow, at least in feel. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Yes. So I won't dock it for that because
no, but it's clear, like not clearly because that's the only end credit scene. Because the Falcon thing was fine. It was definitely fine. I was just being a little bitch during the review. But I guess this is a 5. This is a boring 5. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. See you morons. Till next time.